welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And if we're side by side on your screen on a Saturday, that means we're at the Papergoy home studio as opposed to the Men's Cave studio. And it's a Saturday, so we got some great bolos for you. And Mr. Magazine's going to take it away.
All right, and I can't wait to say he's back. Yes, that is right. Tom Brady's back. Like
Look who's
everyone
back.
hoped. Yeah, everyone hoped and anticipated this. And I got lucky and sold a signed Tom Brady jersey, also framed and certified. Yeah,
Nice.
very cool. It was on sale from $2,500 to $2,200, and couldn't wait to get rid of it. It's in a big frame, so hopefully it's safe in transit. And
Now, what did you pay for something like that?
I originally bought it on eBay.
Oh, you bought it on eBay?
Yeah, I did buy unframed for around $1,000. I want to say.
Now, why did you do that?
I was going to that one show that I bring high-end autographs to, and I made sure it was authenticated. GAI is a good company, so they're legit. They're top 5. So I paid around $1,000. I think the framing cost about $400. And I worked out a little trade for the framing, so I don't have that much into it. Even if I picked up $500, sell it, move on, make some room. Can't argue with that.
No, it's not going to go down in value.
No.
The person that bought it got a good deal too, and that's nice. It's handsome looking,
Yeah, very
just
cool.
like Tom.
Exactly. All right, next up, picked up this card raw in a big deal when we talked about that Coca-Cola tray collection with all the sports cards. It was raw. I tried getting 1,000 for it, 800. Then people started making crazy low offers, and others have sold for 1,000 or more. So time came where I could have gotten it authenticated, sent it out to PSA. It came back in 8, which is worth about 1,200, and I think I took an offer of 1,000 on it. So I ended up getting rid of it. I paid the 100 to get it graded, but then again, I sold it for more money.
How long did it take turnaround time at this point?
For the $100 submission, it was like 2 to 3 months.
Oof.
And that's as good a deal as you're going to get with them.
So if you haven't checked it out yet, we've got an area with haul videos in it, and one of the haul videos shows a bunch of it shows where that came from. Doesn't show that specific card, but shows where that came from. Lots and lots of sports cards that Mr. Magazine had picked up in a deal, and that was in there.
Yeah, a lot more still sitting under a tarp. Next up, the late great Walter Payton rookie card, 1976 tops. This card's doubled since COVID. I sold it. The guy returned it. I sold it again to someone else, and I still got my $440 out of it.
Why did he return it?
I think the first guy was hoping to get like a very high grade, which it is very sharp. I would think it deserves an 8, so I'm guessing a 7 or an 8. Maybe he thought it would be an 8 or a 9. Don't know.
Right. Oh, okay.
But good looking card.
Yeah, he did the front and the back too, which is important on cards.
Course, sure. Yep, gotta do that. Next up, got this from a good customer of mine. 1970 tops Nolan Ryan PSA 6.
Now, did you get it graded or?
He got it graded and sold it to me. But still went for $400. It's probably a $100 card raw now. It was more expensive years ago raw, but graded ones are still going for a premium.
PSA 6 next, which is not a bad card by any means whatsoever.
Not, yep.
Excellent to mint. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next, this guy's MVP twice, maybe 3 times this year. Giannis, you can say his last name if you want. But is a Hoops basic, base rookie card, but it's a PSA 9, and it still went for $312.
That's a basic card.
Yeah, that's his base card. So you're not going to get any cheaper than for a rookie for Giannis. That's as cheap as they come. It's a PSA 9.
And what did the packs of that card cost? Came
back in the day or now?
2013-14. Yeah, back then. If you
they're
bought a
probably
box.
$1 a pack.
Oh, so that's a low end.
Yeah, that's regular Hoops, base card. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Hoops is like the average cards.
Yeah, right.
Sure. Yeah. PSA 10 is probably $1,000. I'm guessing. Yeah. Very cool. And getting off sports, toys, picked up a huge Lego collection. This is from Star Wars Rogue Shadow 7672 number, and went for almost $300. So anything Lego unopened, whether it's Star Wars or anything else.
Oh, that's unopened?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, put it under new, right. Yep.
But, anything unopened Lego's going to sell for a premium. This is a bigger set, sold for $300.
Can I ask why you didn't have the lister put NIB right in the title?
Well, he's not a good listener.
Well, all righty. Let's cut right to the chase.
I don't know what answer you're looking for. But,
no, I didn't know if there was a reason why he didn't, or if he didn't know about it. Or
looks like he has room.
I would think so. He can write nib.
I'm going to add that little tidbit to the list for the employees tomorrow.
All righty, and I will take it away on my end over here, and I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'm going to go to Oakley's American Restaurant and Tavern, 1980s Rochester, New York Marketplace Mall menu. Took a little while to sell. Took 10 years, but finally somebody apparently remembered where Oakley's was. And actually, I believe I sent this off to Florida, so I don't know. Could have been transplanted Rochester person down there or something or other like that. But you can find menus out there regularly. They're not going to fly off the shelves by any means. But and this was back when I was charging shipping as well. So I ended up getting $15 just out of a random menu that I had picked up somewhere in a deal of stuff. If you see them out there and they're not going to cost you anything or, $1 or less per menu, definitely pick them up. This was a laminated menu. It was a good menu. Be a little more selective if they're the small paper menus, obviously. But something rather like this, sure. Can't go wrong with getting $15 out of that. Did pick this one up. Buffalo Courier Express, May 1st, 1960. Carol Chessman, Istanbul, Turkey protests. This is where knowing keywords probably helps because Carol Chessman, do some reading on him. I believe there was a play about him or maybe a song by, I'm drawing a blank, Paul Simon, I think, did a song about him. Fairly famous. So I
call me Al.
Al Chessman. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, not Al Chessman. But that's one of those things where a little bit of knowledge of history definitely does help out because, I just saw the front cover there, saw his name on there, and said, I know who he is. I know he's a keyword. I know he'll sell. And I put this up for bid, and it did get multiple bids on it. So it did end up going for $36. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. Full newspaper as well. So another little tip over there. I showed all the various sections of the newspaper just so that way they could see, it was full in case they were interested in something, the sports section or something like that. But those things do sell. Another thing that sells that's going to be around your little area, whatever area you're in, if it was some kind of a city, had some kind of an entertainment guide back in the day. We had Free Time, and Northeast Ohio had The Scene magazine, and
Dolores.
Got $34 out of it. Yep, that's exactly what sold. The cranberries. It was funny. God
rest her soul.
God rest her soul. I got an offer from somebody for it from France, and then they started asking me, am I going to have to pay customs? And I'm like, I don't know. And then they said, well, cancel it then because it's expensive. They offered me $40, and I said, okay, no problem. I canceled it, relisted it. This time it sold at the auction for $34 and went to somebody in England. So cranberries are definitely a group that will sell, but make sure that you're shipping overseas. And if you do get these little local papers like this, don't be afraid to ask $30 on them. I know that you had, the other reason I brought this up is because you had a couple of offers a couple of weeks ago on some Scene magazines that you had up, and the person making the offer said, I pay $5 to $10 each for these. It's like, well, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sell them to me and make money.
Yeah, right, exactly. Good luck to you. So just wanted to make sure that you knew to price these fairly highly. And this next one over here, we've shown things like this before. They always sell, but this sale had me dancing on the ceiling. Lionel Richie Carnival glass carnival mirror.
You think he looks in the mirror and says, hey you, hey me? Or say you, say me?
He says, once, twice, 3 times with gravy. That's how I ordered my mashed potatoes.
Gotcha. All right, moving on.
But anyway, yeah, it sold for $26. You definitely can find these out there. People want them regularly. And do just note the size, which I'm sure that I did down below.
They must use an early version of Photoshop.
Yeah, who knows if these things are licensed or what the heck's going on with these. But 8-inch square on that. And again, I got $26 out of it. Another little insider tip, put it inside of a padded envelope, put it between 2 pieces of cardboard, and send it out in a record mailer. It will get there nice and safe. So look at it. You get lots of stuff going on today. You got singing, you got comedy, you got Lionel Richie, and you got Evil Ernie.
Nice.
Yet another thing that you definitely need to make sure that you bubble wrap very, very well. Double box if they're really expensive. This is something or other that I picked off at Heritage. And one thing that I noticed with Heritage auctions is they'll have this same book, not the exact same book, but they'll have this Evil Ernie 9.8, and it'll show up at like 5 straight auctions. So somebody had a pile of them, got them graded, and then consigned all the high grade ones. And you watch the prices, the first one goes for $100, the next one goes for $110, the next one goes for $90. eventually by the last one, you can pick it off for about $45. Like
Nice.
somebody did.
Good for you.
And then went and listed it. Took an offer of, I think, 120 on it. So after everything, I made, you know, 30, $40, something or other like that on it.
Nice.
But again, it's I was buying other things from the auction anyway, and it was just kind of a neat little thing over there. But again, these used to be tough for us to pack until we started getting them and selling them and all that. Now we know you definitely got to bubble wrap them. Also, do not put them flush against the corners of the box either, because that will crack the case.
Yep.
So leave a little bit of room. And the last item we have over here. Now this one over here, I happen to like because we all know Random Neighborhood Kid, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if you've ever noticed this about Random Neighborhood Kid, but like most teenage boys, he knows everything, and Papergoy doesn't know anything. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or not.
Yeah.
And so we were at a church sale, and I was walking out, literally had finished at the church sale, was walking out, and I saw this item, and I paid $2 for it. And I got ridiculed by him that nobody was ever going to buy this item. That's not true. Somebody bought this item.
Of course. Oh, that, wow.
Veriflex skateboard bulldog fire hydrant vintage 1980s rare. Now, I don't tend to do skateboards, but this just jumped out at me for a couple of bucks. I thought it would be nice. Now, one thing I didn't know I've never really sold skateboards, so I don't know what's important. So I showed the wheels. I showed lots of pictures, figuring that you would know if you're a skateboard person what's important. Now, it's not in mint shape. It's got some little cracks on it and all that kind of thing.
Sure.
I asked 124. I took 85 for it, but still not bad whatsoever for a couple of dollars. And sorry, Random Neighborhood Kid, it's sold. So don't be afraid to go outside your niche from time to time. Like I said, let me ask you this. Would you have bought that if you saw that?
Yes.
I mean, it jumps out at you, right? As being,
I mean, I bought a few in the past, vintage ones, and I know they go for decent money. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it just jumped out at me. And if it didn't have that design on it, I would have just walked on by. But again, you know, even after all my expenses and everything like that, if I made $65 off of it for just being there and just taking a chance of picking it up, can't argue with that whatsoever. So hit the like button. Hopefully this helps you some. If you want me to sing more, just let me know. I'll be happy to do it every single video. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.